Hello and welcome. This side is Meena, and today I'm going to discuss with you a wonderful a case study about a very special company. Actually, I like that company because the guys who built this company, they proved twice, not once. I don't know whether they have the success formula of how to get success in the uh, cybersecurity industry. uh, it although it is an huge market, but there is a lot of competitions as well. So what was their product? Who were those wonderful guys? What was their strategies to success? All these questions I will answer in this case study. So first of all, I will start with this guy name is Asaf Report, and he is a wonderful guy. Let's see what was his early life and his education. Rappert was born in Israel and on 28th August 1983. From starting, he was very interested in computer. So he did his graduation from Hebrew University of Jerusalem. After completed his graduation, he did a master degree in computer science from Israel Institute of Technology. He was talented, guys. So uh, he was selected in the Israel Defense Force program. Its name was Tailpoint, and he got wonderful leadership training programs over there and advanced studies about cybersecurity, you can say, or about ITs. And during his training program in Tailpoint IDF, he met with four wonderful guys: Yenon, Amy, and Roy. Later, they became the business partner. Okay, initially, uh, three guys, Rappert, Amy, and Roy, they built a company, and its name was Adblum. In 2012 to 2015, they established this company. Basically, this company's main product was cloud access security broker. Okay, and he it got a huge success in this specific domain. So Microsoft acquired this company in 2015. Approximately, Microsoft paid to them $320 million. So nowadays, what you are experiencing in Microsoft Defender for app cloud apps, actually this was the uh, product Microsoft acquired from this company. Okay, so they rebranded it after getting this huge success uh, in this industry. They founded another company. Its name was Wiz. In January 2020, they founded the company, and these four guys, where they met in the IDF program of the Israel. They were sharing more than 20 years uh, friendship, 20-year trust, and they came together and formed the company Wiz. Wiz actually got a huge success in the cybersecurity. Before that, they were also in cloud security. Okay, and in this company, they they were created a platform where a real-time security assessment was going on. They understood, yes, cloud is nowadays used by more than 90% of the companies. It's having a huge business. Okay, and cloud offering a lot many benefits, or the on premises resources, but nothing come along with only the benefits. They also come with some drawbacks or some risks, and they understood it well. So to tap the market, they know nowadays companies are moving towards uh, cloud due to the uh, COVID-19, okay, pandemic. So they offer this real-time security assessment on multiple cloud services like Azure, AWS, Google Cloud, and other cloud providers as well. So what was their success? How they got that big success in this industry? What they did? What was their success stories? So what do you think? Uh, how much time they took to reach to $100 million annual recurring revenue? Okay, so I I just throw this question on you and guess it. How much time they took it? 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, or 4 years? Because when a company started in January 2020, how much time they should take to reach to that much of the revenue? It's not a small money. It's a big money. So in February 2021 to August 2022, in 18 months, approximately, they reached from 1 million to 100 million their annual revenue. Okay, so it was not the small money. Even companies who are in this business for more than 10 years, 15 years, they were even facing trouble to get that much of the revenue. Okay, so as which became the fastest uh, fastest company to reach to this that much of the amount. Okay, so you can see here the deal Slack, Twilio, Shopify, okay, and the other companies, and they reached their that much of the amount in 1 year, 2 year, 20, 10 years, 11 years, like this way. And by the end of 2023, their annual recurring revenue, they reached more than 350 million. Okay, here is in August 2020 they reached to 100 million, and in the end of 2023 they reached to 350 million dollar revenue. It is a big amount for any startup company. It's like a dream come true. And in August 2024 they just crossed even 500 million dollars of their annual recurring revenue. Okay, so what they did, how they got that much of the success, what was their strategy to get success in this huge business? Uh, it's not that simple. It's a highly competitive market. Even there are already lot many market leader in the cybersecurity field. And how these company, even they started in January 2020, and in 4 years they reached to 500 million annual revenue. So cybersecurity companies who are over 1 billion revenue, these are not much. Okay, I'm going to share with you some of them. It's like Palo Alto, Cisco, Checkpoint, Jadscaler, 40 Net, Okta. Okay, so let's see when they started, how much their revenue is, and how many employees are working in these companies. So Palo Alto Networks, founded in 2005, Cisco in 1984, Checkpoint is in 93, Zscaler is in 2007, Fortinet is in 2000, and Okta is in 2009. Okay, and this is the amount they are, their annual revenue. Okay, like Palo Alto is having more than 7 billion, Cisco is 57 billion, Checkpoint is 2.4 billion, Jersey is 19 billion, Fortinet is 53, and so on. And these are the list of the number of employees are working in these companies. Okay, so most of these companies name you know very well. And there are another companies who is also having the revenues more than 1 billion, is like Trend Micro, Proofpoint, Broadcom, IBM, CrowdStrike, and these are the information about their when they founded and how much revenue they are generating. So in less than, or say in just less than 5 years, Wiz is reached to over 500 million annual revenue. Okay, so, and you can even see here there is a number of employees. Even in this list, you can say this is the list number of the employees are working in it. So, what was their success? How they got huge success in the market? What they did? First of all, they understood this fact. Uh, when companies are migrating workloads to cloud, as we know, in uh, 2019, COVID affected the whole world, whole companies, businesses, and companies were migrating their workload towards cloud. Okay, clouds offering different benefits. They would be able to scale their business. They need not to take care about the hardware, power consumption, maintenance. Okay, so the along with these, you can say, benefits, there were some significant challenges cloud were bringing together. So what was those challenges? What was the companies making them afraid of those challenges? First of all, when workloads shifted towards cloud environment, visibility is the bigger issue. There are a lot many resources they are going to create. They don't know what those resources are there, how to see them on a collective way. Okay, so the visibility is the main issue for the companies, how to see all those resources what they have created on the cloud. Another uh, challenge was in front of the companies was uh, how to cut through the noise and prioritize real risks. When we are using hardware, softwares, applications, all these are generating huge amount of say alerts. Okay, so really which is the real risk can affect the company's business, it's really hard to decide. Okay, and there are hundreds or thousands of the alerts every day popping up on the devices, and it's a really headache for the cybersecurity guys to find out what exactly is the real risk, all along with this number of countless alerts, how to choose which can be the critical risk. Okay, so this is the one of the main challenge for the companies. Okay, after suppose they understood it and they know, yes, there are a lot many uh, cybersecurity alerts are there. There are many false positive alerts are there. Okay, so how to understand those, and if there are some issues are there, if there are some risk alert high, severity level is high, then how to remediate it, how to quickly remediate it. So these are the big three challenges the cloud companies who were migrating from their on premises to the cloud environment, they were facing these challenges. First of the visibility, second is the lot of risks are there, and third one the how to remediate those risks. So there are few facts I also want to share with you. Number one fact is 54% of the VMs on the cloud are, or the other sensitive functions are exposed. Okay, because cloud are accessible to the internet, and if anyone knows about the credentials and know about those VMs, whatever their IP addresses are there, and if security configuration is not up to the mark, hackers can get access on the cloud. Okay, so 54% of the cloud environment have, say, exposed VM. Another fact is 72 of those exposed machines, they have the like exposed databases as well, and not proper security controls in place. Okay, another fact is 35% of compute assets have exposed sensitive data and vulnerable to critical or high severity threats. When companies are migrating to the cloud environment, there is a shared responsibility. For every security, cloud provider is not responsible. First of all, companies need to understand when they are moving towards cloud environment, there is a shared responsibility. What security uh, uh, security is cloud providers security coming in the security, uh, so we can say in their ground, or what the user need to provide the security. So clear cut understanding of this demarcation point is very very important. Understanding all these things is very important. So these big three facts also opening a lot of opportunities for the hackers to get access on the cloud and perform the cyber attacks. So in those 20 those 4 to 5 years, we can say, what we did, what product they came up, how they encountered with these challenges most companies are were facing to it. So if you see here, when a user or a company establishing their cloud environment or accessing the cloud environment, they have the an application through which they are accessing the cloud environment, and there is a front end, the and the back end. So here is you can say on the client side how they are going to connect with the cloud through the internet, they are going to connect it. So this is what the front end for the client. And here is on the downside, you can say there are infrastructure, storage, cloud runtime services, applications, how to manage all these things, what are the security of all these things. um, it depend upon again on the shared responsibility, how much your shared responsibilities are there, what the cloud provider is going to perform and what you need to do it. So on the back end, they are going to access it, but the resources you have, you need to manage the security of it. So when a lot of resources are there, how is to handle all these things, how is to know it, yes, this company is having one 100 resources, 10 hundred resources, or 1000, or more than 10,000 of the resources, or 100,000 of the resources. Okay, so they took the approach of going through the agentless scanning. If we are going to install agent on each and every asset on the cloud environment, it's a headache for the administrator as well, and which doesn't which they did on which they didn't go through with this route. So what was their approach? Their approach was the agentless scanning. So you need not to install any agent for getting the visibility. Okay, so what you need to do is you will integrate with your uh, with your assets, whatever the assets you have on your cloud, integrate the viz, and boom, you are going to get the access on your assets. You know how many VMs you are using, how many Kubernetes you are using, what the databases you are having, what the other resources you are having. Okay, next thing what they did is after getting the visibility, which you see, you can control it, but if you can't see it, you cannot control it. So getting the information about the all the resources of that company, it is going to prioritize it. What was the risk are there, which part of the asset is important. Sometime on all the resources are not having the same valuable assets. On some servers, so we may have the sensitive data related to our customers. PIA data can be, it can be PSI data. Okay, so we need to prioritize, yes, this is the very critical information on our resources. So how to prioritize this, they did it. And visualization is very important factor provided by the viz, and they did it with the help of the graph based analysis. Another thing is they know on cloud they have the lot of many developers, and what what they did is they understood the developer mind, what was their problems, how to make their life easy. So they focused on the development team as well, so to give them whatever they need to do all these things. And here is the agentless visibility. So whatever the resources a company is having on the cloud environment, they need to integrate with the viz. There is no need of installing any agent on that. Okay, so you can see here either you have your CI/CD management, or say computing platforms, you have applications, or the uh, cloud entitlement, whatever the technologies you have, whatever the resources you have, you will integrate with Wiz, and you will be able to access them on wiz.io website. Okay, so here is a different type of resources offered by the different cloud provider, and you need to integrate with the Wiz, and just after integrating, all these are accessible, visible on the Wiz platform. And security graph, they believed in the presentation. Okay, what the assets you have, how to make them secure, how they are connected with the other resources, it's very important. So they are not looking the things in the isolation or silos, they are looking the bigger picture. So how to present that, and graph is the wonderful way to present all the information. uh, collected about the resources. So here you can see there are a number of resources. Suppose a company is having like they have the containers, their network interface, they created security groups, databases, they have created the organization or the security control policies, subnets, virtual network, internet gateway, and so many things. So here is the way you will be able to see the how many resources you have and what are the relationship between these resources or these assets. So here is all the nodes you can see here, and the link is showing you, this is the link, it's showing you what is the relationship you have. Suppose there are some, say, some admin role you have configured. So how it is going to affect it? Is that exposed to the some VM is exposed to the, say, internet, so there can be the severity level high. Okay, so here is with the security graph, so you will be able to see your assets and what are the relationship between these assets with each other. So note each and every asset node in isolation, they are going to show you the relationship with these assets. So this is the symbol of the DevOps, and it is the continuously, say, development is going on continuously and it is going to release continuously, and that's why it is having the symbol of the infinity symbol, because the process is going continuously. There are lot many companies where the huge amount of development is going on frequently basis. Lot many releases are coming, they are going to deploy on the production environment, and they have to monitor it whether it is working properly or not. If there are some changes they need, again they are going to contact with the development team, and they again will plan the coding team will code those plan whatever decided here what features they are going to add, and to make them easy to run on the servers, they build it, and they are going to test it. And something is missing, again they will code it and properly do the all these things and send to the operation team. Nowadays there is a lot of change in the DevOps system. Okay, it is not a one single system, there is a lot many things involved in the DevOps. There are a lot many technologies are there, and on the cloud environment there are a lot of companies are using DevOps. Okay, so I'm not going to discuss too much detail about the DevOps here. So as per which they know their clients need to understand all these things, they need to secure whatever the different phases of the DevOps. So here if you see, there are not a single technology is in the DevOps, there are so many technologies, so many softwares are working together to make a product ready, usable for the client. Okay, so there are so many products you can see. So here is not security is not secure about securing the only one single thing. We need to see the security in a collective way, we need to see the broader picture, then we will be able to uh, protect it, and which did it. Okay, so they after creating the graph, they continuously observing the uh, where the security lackings are there. Okay, is there any misconfiguration? Okay, or as per the compliance requirement, if there any other say compliance lacking issues are there, then they will highlight you, yes, this is the issues which can be critical. If something we see in the isolation, it can be, it can look the thing severe, but in real life it cannot be so serious. So here in the approach of the Wiz, what they did is they just call a term toxic combination. What that? In isolation, something can be uh, very looking very critical, but in a collective picture, it cannot be that critical. But a small issue, if that is combined with some other issues as well, it can be its risk can be very very high. Suppose here is, let's see in this diagram, here is a container which is having some exposed identities, okay, and there is some malware installed on it, okay. So some secret which is exposed to the internet, and there is malware is installed on it, so hacker can get access to this container, okay. So what they do, they will prioritize as per the toxic combination. If something two three things come together, then their effect can be very dangerous, which is not looking so dangerous if we will see the picture in the isolation, okay. So here is they are going to see the bigger picture, and in which context is very important here. So in the context point of view, which can be highly critical for for the organization, what are the resources they have on the cloud environment. So they use the toxic combination criteria to identifying which particular alert is critical and need to be solved on priority basis, okay. So they use uh, toxic combination. As you can see here on the specific asset, when we will click on it, it is going to show you what is the vulnerabilities you have, what is their CVE number. You can click on that when you can see it, yes, what exactly is uh, the mean of this thing, how dangerous it can be. And it will also show you the what is the attack path, how it is going to affect to the other resources as well. Along all these things, it will show you how to remediate it. So remediation tips it will also provide you. You can see here how to remediate the issues. So first of all, what you need to focus is, as per the toxic combination, you need to solve the critical issues, okay, so that it cannot damage to the uh, resources on your cloud environment. And it is also dividing the, say, issues as per the team. There can be multiple teams are working in an organization. uh, so if suppose there is the development team, okay, there is operation team, there is another management team. So there are the different teams, and for them, they need not to know all the issues, all the cyber security threats for the other departments, okay. If it here is, if you can see, if the development team, if they will also see the other teams issue, it can over bombardment of the uh, threat alerts on the team, okay. So democratize the security means here, as per the teams, what are the security issues are related to the team, it is going to show them only those alerts, okay. So they can focus only on those alerts related to their work, related to their team. And here is the security uh, development, like whatever the codes they have. So they are also going to see each and every phase of the DevOps as well. And code to cloud pipeline, as I have shared with you, CI/CD, or say you can say DevOps diagram are shared. At every stage of this DevOps, they are going to see what are the different misconfiguration or the security lagging we have, and where we are lack on the security side, how to scan all these things, what to prioritize, they are doing on each and every phase of it. So, oh, okay, it just used by the Wiz. So, what makes the Wiz stand out from the crowd space? Because cybersecurity is not uh, a small industry, it's a big industry. Already there are a huge number of players are there. So what makes is the Wiz is different from them? First of all, their team, a more than 20 years trust between each and other. They trust each other, they know their work very well, they focus on the work what they have in their hands, and dedication towards their company or what the work they are going to offer. Okay, another thing is they they targeted the Fortune 100 companies. So from starting they knew, yes, these are the big companies who are using the cloud uh, in a big manner, and they need this security very well. So they need not to tell what cyber security is or the cloud security is, they know it, they need the feature. So the Fortune 100 companies, they are well educated, they know about the security's importance, they need the solution for their problem. So they targeted the Fortune 4, Fortune 100 companies. Okay, and over the 45% of them are their clients. So this is one of another big, we can say, success strategy they have. And they are securing each and everything in the cloud, and context is very important. They are not looking the things in the isolation, they know, yes, what is the main, what is the bigger picture, and what are the main critical issues are there in the context of each and everything. Okay, first of all, they gain the visibility and they use the agentless uh, scanning for it, and they prioritize the critical issues, and from building a code to running it on the actual production servers, they are going to look each and everything, they are going to secure each and everything. If something, suppose there is some code is having some security issues, and after the development of the security issue, security, after the deployment of the product on the production environment, it is showing you some security issues, you are going to know it, what was the code of it, where was the problem. Okay, because everywhere on single point, single each and everything, they are going to observe and looking the picture in the relationship, not in the isolation. This is the one of the biggest thing about Wiz product. Okay, and when uh, they entered in the market, there was a major attack happened, and I will also discuss with that. And you, even you need to know it, why it is important, because it was big. It was really a big attack. So Apache Log4j, which is the logging library, written in Java, and it is used by the uh, huge market. Okay, lot of developers, lot of bigger companies are using it. Okay, so this Apache Log4j is used by huge market. Okay, and here you can see the popularity of Apache Log4j. More than say 84 billion times it is downloaded before December 2021. Okay, and these are directly or indirectly used by developers, organizations, and users via apps. So it's a very popular logging library, and more than say we can say 8 to 10 million developers are there who are using Java. So they are also going to use it. So it is having a huge market for this. They are this low Apache Log4j is used by the tech, by the bigger cloud, gaming, finance, healthcare, government. So it is used by so many companies, so many individuals. In 2021 December, there was a um, an attack happened, cyber attack happened on the Log4j. Okay, Log4j shell we can also say to this. So the employee of Alibaba Groups of the cloud security team, whose name is Chen, he founded, yes, there is some vulnerability in Log4j, and on November 24, they uh, found this vulnerability, and on December, it was December 9, it was publicly announced, yes, this is the zero-day vulnerabilities is in Apache Log4j. And on December 13th, there was a patch was available. So you can see here, there was a zero-day vulnerability was there. Before that, even no one knew it. Yes, there was a vulnerability in it. Okay, so hacker was already exploiting it, and then exposed that yes, there is vulnerability into it. And November 24th to December 13th, it was open market for the hackers to exploit it. Okay, this attack affected lot many servers, cloud resources. Okay, and so it was affected in terms of we can say um, ha- hackers hijacked the uh, systems. Okay, and they say ransom they asked it. So ransomware attacks were there. Okay? So, and at the time, this was an opportunity for the Wiz, because they were offering the services for cloud services. Okay, and they found these vulnerabilities, and who are using the Wiz as a cloud security product, they were able to identify it and solve it. So this is also one of the timing, we can say better timing for the Wiz, who who gave them a jump in the market. Okay, and there were two companies Wiz acquired to give the power to their product. Okay, first then understand is there is a huge number of their client from the development side. They were not say security guys. They which needed to know about, yes, what are their trouble, how they are thinking, what are their problems. They first they focused on the DevOps, and for that they acquired the company at Raft. Okay, Raft was doing wonderful job in the uh, for say developers, for the DevOps. Okay, they understood it very well, and they brought the highly talented people who understood the DevOps operations or the developers environment or the Kubernetes environment. And after that, they focused on the operation side. Suppose this side is secured. Now, if some trouble already is in the product, okay, on the assets after the deployment on the servers, how to solve it? Then they focused here on this side. So they acquired another company's name is Zem, okay, and they focused on the cloud detection and response solution. So they paid more than $350 million to acquire this um, company, okay. And Gem was beauty of the Gem was also it was agentless. So Wiz focus is on agentless, okay. They don't want to put overburden on the resources or the assets of the cloud assets. So one amazing thing happened in July 2024. Google knew it. Yes, they are doing great job, and Google wanted to acquire Wiz in July 2024, and they offered 23 billion 23 billion to Wiz, and they rejected it because they understood cloud is a big opportunity. It's a big market. They know how to secure it. Their market value is more than 23 billion, so they rejected it. There are different products which um, which overall providing the cloud security, okay. There is a concept which I want you to be aware about it. It is a cloud native application protection platform, CNAP. We also call it CNAP. So what exactly it is cloud security is not, or we can say cyber security is not about only a single product or a single software. It is to see the bigger picture. We need multiple tools, techniques to provide security to our resources, because hackers are using different ways for performing cyber attacks. And nowadays, AI, they are using the AI. Okay, so advanced attacks are there. We cannot come up, or we cannot stand with the old tools. We need the security at multiple layers so that we can protect our resources from different type of cyber attacks. We can catch the bad moves. If one product will not be able to catch it, another can catch it. So we need the security on that one. What is this CNAP? CNAP, here is the cloud security posture management. So it is going to show, see the overall security of your whatever the security you have on your cloud environment, whether your assets are properly configured, is there any exposed identity, okay, what are the critical issues are there, each compliance requirement are you fulfilling or not. Each and everything is a security posture is going to see it. Another thing is the workload protection platform. So suppose there is a company when they are going to spin the lot many resources on the cloud, okay, they need to protect their platform. So they can also use CWPP, okay. And cloud infrastructure entitlement management. To access the resources, we need some identity. We need say credentials. What resources we have, who are going to access, so what level of the privileges we need to assign to them, okay. What time they are accessing, from where they are accessing, all these are managed by CIEM, okay. Another thing is Kubernetes security posture management. There are a lot many assets we are using related to Kubernetes. So how to protect them, how to provide the security, whatever the security postures are there. So we are going to manage with the CSPM. Data security posture management. On our devices we have different type of data. Okay, so who are going to access our data, where our data is, who is when our data is leaving the cloud, one cloud to another cloud, okay, or one location to another location, who are accessing it, or even within the cloud who are accessing the data. So even it is also having the feature of the uh, DLP DLP feature, it is also having in it. And so how to protect the data, what is the data categorizations are there, okay, what are the security should be on the specific type of data, all these we manage with the data security posture management. And the cloud detection and response. If something, even after so much of using of the security, there can be the zero day, there can be some security breach. Okay, so how to detect it, and when the detection is done, how to respond it. So CNAP, it is going to cover all these things, how to secure each and every asset of the clouds. So what are the key pillars? Key pillars of the success of the Wiz. First of all, they are having the agentless architecture. You need not to assign, you need not to install any agent on your machine. It is going to scan it with the agentless. With the natively, it is going to scan. Comprehensive visibility. Each and every asset need to look, you need to see it. When you can see, you can manage it. Another thing is graph based security. It is going to make the relationship between the assets, so whatever the assets you have is, where it is, who is accessing, in what manner it is accessing, how it is exposed. So this is going to give the graph of it, where it is going to relationship is in it. Ruthless risk prioritization. With the toxic combination, as I have discussed with you, it's not going on the orthodox type of scanning. It is going to see the bigger picture. They are combining the different factors with each other and then saying, okay, when this will be matched with it, it will the toxic combination, its severity level will be high. So we need to resolve this critical issue before than the medium or the low. Medium and low, if they are, we need not to worry about that, they cannot damage us. But if we have the critical issues with these critical combinations or the toxic combinations, we need to resolve it on the priority basis. So there is the risk prioritization system is wonderful in Wiz. And unified platform. Each and everything is in a collective way, working together to give the security of the cloud resources. So Google, who is not as a big player as like AWS and the Microsoft, they are they want to say minimize the gap. Okay, so as you can see here, there are AWS is having the market share of the more than 30% or say 30%, uh, where the Microsoft Azure is having their strong hand on say 21% of the market share they are having. Where if you see the Google Cloud, they are only all the 12% of the market share they have. So there is a huge gap if you see in 12% and 30%. So immediately covering this gap is not possible. Already these two big players are in the market. So how to minimize this gap? So Google Cloud, they are thinking about the, let's come up with the security to it, to our cloud environment, and try to try to minimize the gap. Because user of the cloud is more than 90% of the organizations are using the cloud. Okay, so it's a huge market, and when AI is there, lot of new attacks are emerging in the market, and it's an opportunity for the organization as well who are providing the security, and similar way it's opportunity for the cybersecurity professionals. So again, um, Sundar Pichai, who uh, talked to Viz CEO Asaf Rapport again to acquire the company, and this time on 18th March 2025, Google offered them 32 billion. In July 2024, Google offered 23 billion, where they Wiz rejected it. But again, they came up uh, with the 32 billion of the amount to acquire the Wiz, because they understood cloud security, it's a huge issue for the organizations, and if they are going to use it, they can fill up the gap, whatever the gap between the Azure and the AWS. So here are the some of the acquisition you can see done by the Google, and Wiz here is 32 billion dollars, and it's not a small amount, it's a huge amount. There is Motorola, which was 12.5 billion, and Mandiant, which is a 5.4 billion dollars, and the rest of the other companies Google acquired. Okay, and if you see here, there are the few companies I highlighted about the cyber security, like Wiz, Force City, and Mandiant, Simplify, or Virus Total. These all are related to say cyber security or the security, and Google are paying huge amount of money to acquire these companies. So what for you? What for you in all these things? Of course, there is a huge say market of the cyber security. They need highly trained, skilled people. Okay, so cyber security is a huge market. Okay, we need to see the bigger picture. We need really solid skills where you can target the specific uh, companies, where you can showcase your skills. Yes, these are the skills we have, and to accomplish it, what I did is I created a program, cybersecurity breakthrough masterclass, where I have been three course of it, where I covered the foundation of the cybersecurity, the attacker's mindset, okay, and the how to defend it. So all these things I knew. Only one thing is not going to help you. You need lot many things. You need to understand each and everything from different angles. Attacker mindset you need the defender mindset as well. Okay, and along with these three main core, you can say, I also came up with the 8 bonuses which gave you the solid foundation of the cybersecurity. More than 300 hours program I created for the cybersecurity professionals who want to start their career in the cybersecurity. Okay, if you want to know about it, if you want to register yourself, you can visit the link luminousindia.com/cpt is closed for the timing. It's closed, but you can enroll yourself, and when it will open next uh, for the next batches, then definitely I will inform you. So I hope you enjoyed this case study, and you learn lot many things. You need to see the bigger picture. You need to see, yes, there are a lot many opportunity in the cyber security, whether it's a cloud security, you can say, whether it's the security on the on premises resources you have. Security you need, cyber security start from every digital device you are having in your hand to the enterprise level, to the cloud or AI, whatever it is. Every company need cybersecurity professionals. So only one single skill or cannot serve you. You need the broader uh, uh, skill set. You need to empower yourself with lot many skills that's related to cybersecurity. So see you in the another case study. Okay, stay safe, become a real cybersecurity professional, and best of luck for your bright future.